This is a highly uneducated podcast. I'm here with Young Prodigy and Big A. Um, just this is for everybody that wants to hear your life story, that gives a fuck about it.
Hell yeah. Thank
So,
you for having me. Thank you for having us.
hell yeah!
Um,
Thanks for
yeah.
coming, bro.
Thank you.
For the people that don't know you, just give them a spill of who you are.
Well, I go by Young Prodigy. I'm from originally from Sacramento, California. I moved out of Sacramento 2014. I was about 14, 15 years old. So when I came out of Roswell, I pretty much spent all my teenage years out here. And yeah, just being out here, I was just kind of trying to find who I was. And, music, I guess I can say music was just really there for me. And yeah, just listening to music, that shit kind of just made me who I was, just because I was always into that shit as a little kid. But yeah, I want to say, yeah, just growing up here, that shit's like pretty much all I had. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
So, like, how old were you whenever you first started making music?
I want to say, well, I started writing music when I was like 13, 14 back in Sacramento. I didn't really like take it too serious, but I kind of just used it as like a method to just express myself, really, because I was writing music without really thinking that I was gonna be a rapper. But I was really into a lot of like Bay Area beats and shit like that, and that shit kind of would just have me going, really, And after that, I was like, I'm pretty sure I can write my own shit. So yeah, I wrote my first rap out there. But yeah, after that, I came out here and it kind of just like fell off a little bit because I wasn't really like working on that shit. I was just, I moved out here and I was just focused on just living, being a teenager. And then once I found my friends, that's when I kind of just started expressing myself. And they started like freestyling, like on some dumb shit. Like they were just freestyling, like in the closet, smoking weed, to type beats and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I guess, until it was like my turn to rap and shit like that, I was like, I think I kind of got this because, like back in Cali, I was like writing and shit. So, I was just freestyling and I got into it, and my homies were just kind of encouraging me. They told me I was pretty good, and I just started writing more after they kind of like, hyped me up about it. And
They gave you that confidence boost.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to homie Evan, shout out Gabe. Yeah, they were the ones that definitely put me on. Just letting me know that I was good, to not stop. And yeah, I was just always like write to a lot of fucking songs, and yeah, I would just rap them. But for the longest time, I never recorded my shit. I was just writing a lot, like just stacking up. And a lot of kids in high school kind of just like knew me as the kid that just was in the library just writing music and shit. So
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
yeah,
So, introduce your producer over here.
this right here is Big A. His name's Arthur, but he goes by Big A.
Arthur, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
AKA AJ. Some may know me by Big Sexy.
Big sexy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I earned that name. I'm from Roswell, New Mexico. Shout out to Roswell and all my people out there that have been doing this hip hop shit with me too. I've honestly I've been doing a lot of I've been in the hip hop game for a while. I used to break dance back in high school and shit, middle school and high school. I got into graffiti in middle school and, fell in love with something that pretty much took me an outlet out of being a kind of like a dumbass, crash out.
Going to jail and shit.
Oh, I went to jail. I ain't gonna lie.
But you still ain't in jail.
Well, I ain't in jail no more. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my people that are, trying to do good and staying out from that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And
So when did you start like producing?
producing, I didn't really take it serious until maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, I was always into like wanting to make beats
Mm-hmm.
because my sister's ex boyfriend, he used to make beats on
Oh, no shit.
FL Studios, and he downloaded the whole like studio set off of LimeWire back in the day, and I just started like taking a liking of that. I like listening to like
Yeah.
sounds and beats, and so I kind of started like getting into there. And then once I just took it serious, I kind of like I moved out to Illinois. I moved out to Chicago for a while, and
How was that?
it was an experience. It was a culture change. You know what I mean? It was cool. I liked it out there. Shout out to the people that helped me out there.
Hell yeah. Random question I have that just popped up. What was like the biggest like culture shock thing? Like what was one of the first big culture shocks that you ran into?
Different ethnicities other than two different cultures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. You'll have like people that are Russian, Polak. You had Cubans. You had Dominicans, Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
You ran into Jamaicans, even Haitians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
Okay.
it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool to meet other people from other worlds. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So like, how was the culture change for you, Mikey? Whenever you moved from Sacramento down here.
Man, it was scary. Honestly, it was so different. Compared from from Sacramento, from where I like lived. My entire childhood. Moving out here, yeah, dude, it was quite the experience, man, because I didn't know what I was going to expect. I moved out here during the summer of 2014, and yeah, man, I was just like about to be a sophomore, and I was just scared of high school, you know what I mean, and making new friends and getting to know new people, and like when I first moved out here, I lived in the very like countryside where like my step family lived, and they're very religious and shit. So like it was just very hard to like express yourself, and they were just so tight. They lived in the community, like far away from town, so I really didn't get to experience like the town life until I went to high school and made friends and went to their house. So that was pretty like culture shocking to experience. Like the schools were like like in the movies, pretty much, bro. Like blue lockers and white hallways, like shit like that. So I never experienced that. So that was that was scary for me. Like everything was just so new.
Yeah. So like the school you graduated from, how many kids were in your graduating class?
Um, I don't know exactly, cause to be honest, I didn't even graduate, bro.
Yeah.
I actually,
Me neither.
yeah, dude, I dropped out.
Bro, I didn't finish school either, bro. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
No, I'm not even tripping on it, cause school, yeah, man, like it's just meant for other people, And shout out if you're in school, you know what I mean. Keep working hard and grinding for what you're trying to achieve, but like other dreams involve other sacrifices and just doing other shit, and other people just have different paths and shit. So you just gotta understand. But me, I dropped out of school because, to be honest, I was just like not going like a lot, and I became 18, and then they were like, "Yo, like it was like so many days that you haven't came to school, so you can't like come anymore." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was only going because I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was just kind of going for her, really, dude. Because like I don't know, like at the time I was just kind of low key insecure and just worried that like a bunch of guys were gonna hit on her and shit like that. And I had the chance to just go back to school because I dropped out for like a little bit, but I met her, and then I came back to school, and I was trying to get my shit together, but I was just too involved in a relationship and being young and dumb. But yeah, dude, fucking high school was pretty cool. It was I met a lot of cool homies and shit that came and went, but I still have a lot of solid homies that I met throughout the years and shit. So shout out to them.
Hey, yeah. So how long ago did you two meet?
Like 2018, 2019.
Let me think. Let me think. So after moving out of the apartment was like after COVID. It was probably like during like middle of COVID or some shit like that, bro. Because I really didn't get to hang out with him, huh? Like if you really think about it, dude, I really didn't get to hang out with you anytime. Like from what I remember, because I remember living in my apartment. It was like during COVID-19,
No, yeah.
and he never had the chance to come to my apartment until I got my house with my homies. Um, but I want to say like 20, like late 2020 or like 2020. I don't know. Like yeah,
Yeah,
it's very blurry. It was such a blur like around that time, because a lot of people lost fucking time around that time. I don't know, but yeah, I want to say like a good like solid 5-6 years. We've known each other. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. So like y'all have made a lot of music together. So like, which projects have been like y'all's favorite to work with each other with?
The Smoker Lounge.
Smokers
Honestly.
Lounge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, well, personally, I want to say the latest one right now, the third one, because it's a trilogy, to the Smokers Lounge, and yeah, the third one, I think it did really good. Like I just, we really stamped a lot of songs in that one. Smokers Lounge 1 and 2 had like 11 of them, if I'm not wrong, and we really try to juice out as much as we can for the third one. We even made a 3.5. You know what I mean? Like just because we still had a lot of songs. We didn't want to make like 25 tracks in one because we didn't want people to just skip through them. And 17 was already a lot, but thanks to the listeners out there, they were jamming it. You know what I mean? They still listen, and they fuck with every song. So yeah.
Hell yeah. So like whenever y'all made a 575 freestyle, like what was the process to that? Like how did that shit go down?
Really, I felt like I just had to make something for 575. Really, you know what I mean? Because me being from Sacramento, like, and like I feel like I put it down for a lot of tracks before, for where I'm from and stuff like that. Like it's pretty obvious that I mentioned like California and Sacramento a lot in most of my shit, but I wasn't really shouting out like Roswell and stuff like that. And now that I'm like working with like a Roswell producer and someone that's from here, I feel like it's only right, to shout out like Roswell in New Mexico, and a place that like kind of just helped me like find myself. You know what I mean? So I think that's it's just a stamp to let the 575 in New Mexico know that I'm there for them and I support them too, and I'm a part of y'all, even though I've been out here for like 10, 11 years. I still see myself making a lot of time out here. I got a lot of friends and family, and yeah, man, like 575 is where I kind of just found Young Prodigy. That's how I look at it.
Nice. Hell yeah, that's always good to hear. What would you say is like some of your favorite changes since you've made the migration, like from Cali to over here?
I think allowing to just pretty much express myself. I feel like in California, for some reason, like I know there's a lot of like cool, crazy shit coming out of there, but kind of like where I was from in Sacramento, there was a lot of like crazy gangbanging and shit like that. And I don't know, I kind of just try to stay away from it, and I try to like express myself kind of like low key, and it didn't really like come to show like with people out there. People didn't really know what I was doing out there, but eventually I just kind of like just started showing that shit out here in New Mexico. Like in New Mexico really helped me kind of just like get in touch with like a lot of close friends and shit like that. Like I never really felt that out there, because in California I felt like people were just too like full of themselves, or they were just kind of like too busy with their life, or there was just a lot going on with them. And I had friends, but at the same time I kind of didn't have friends. It was more like just like school buddies, and I probably hang out with them for a little bit, but like after that, like there was just still like kind of this emptiness. Like I still don't know who I am. I don't know my solid friends yet. You know what I mean? Like, and because I even got robbed by friends that I thought they were friends, in Cali.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was hard to like really, like after that I was like, fuck, who are my friends? And when I came to New Mexico, yeah, I found a solid like group of homies in high school, and yeah, to this day I rock with like a good handful of them, and yeah, yeah, I think that's something that made me feel really secure coming out here. So yeah, that's just like so much love for New Mexico. You know what I mean? Because like I don't think I would have got that growing up as a teenager out there in Cali.
For sure. I mean, I kind of relate to that because like I'm not like I was born in here in Clovis, but like I grew up in Texas. So like I moved down here whenever I was like 14, and at first I don't know, I was kind of outcasted for a little while, but like it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it was like a little worse in El Paso, honestly, but
You just don't know what to expect. You're
yeah,
just like, oh man.
it's just like you never know.
You're the
whenever
new
you're
kid.
gonna
You're like,
do-
fuck.
Exactly.
Like I never thought I was gonna experience this. That's the kind of like, the hard dropper. Like I don't know. But
Yeah, exactly. But like, and we like moved around like quite a bit, so like I never got like a chance to get comfortable like at any school. You know what I mean? So like every now and then I'd meet somebody that was cool as fuck, but there was always that like asshole in like every school. Which like thankfully like I don't know, I wasn't like high target, but just being new, it's natural for everybody to try to like test you. It feels like. But whenever I moved here, it was like different. I don't know.
Were
I
you
felt
tested?
more.
Did people try to test you? Like,
hell
did you get into
yeah.
fights and shit?
Not when I was like younger. Like as I got like a little older, yeah, motherfuckers were like try to start shit. But it was like the motherfuckers that would start shit. If it got handled, they would just leave it there. It wasn't like
That's crazy.
continuously keeping beef going. It was like fuck it, whatever. But nah, I don't know. I'm thankful that I didn't have nobody like that, cause
Yeah.
I feel bad, bro. Honestly, like I'm that motherfucker that like feels bad for those kids that gets picked on and shit. You know what I mean? Like I just don't really fuck with that shit.
Yeah,
They already have it kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like
that's
why
one
make
thing
their
I
shit
hate
worse?
is people that bully. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly,
Like,
bro.
It's just annoying.
like, come on. You know what I mean? Just leave people be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like
know,
it ain't hurting you, bro.
You ain't gotta live with the person.
There was a guy on the game the other night that when I was playing, and he was just mad, bro. Like mad for no reason. And it was like 3 a.m. So it was like the matches had like kind of replayed the same people, just mix up teams.
Yeah.
And I got on the game with him, wild shit. He was just mad, like I said, mad for no reason. And I told him at one point, I was like, yo, you could be doing so much other like fun shit with your time. Like you don't have to be doing it. That's how I feel about bullies. Like, bro, you don't have to be out here like doing that. You could be like learning how to skate or like, anything, bro. Like
Yeah.
so I don't know, but yeah, that's how
Build a Lego set or something, you know?
Like, how many Death Stars and cars have you built? None? All right, bro. Never mind.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Shit, you could build
not that
yourself a Lego gun, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, bro, like I don't know, like there's no excuse for that shit. You know what I mean? Like no, there ain't no fucking thing that could have gone wrong in your life for you to just be acting like a fucking asshole all the time. You know, like how do you wake up mad? Yeah, like fuck everybody. I just like my pillow wasn't fucking cold. Like,
how you gonna go sleep? How you gonna wake up dead? You know what I mean?
Can't wake up dead. Hell yeah, good scary movie reference. Hell yeah. So like, how was it opening up for King Lil G?
Man, that was pretty cool. Man. I grew up listening to King Lil G, with my family, my older brother and my older sister. Definitely put me on King Lil G, and I would have never thought, like 10 years ago, listening to him, I would have had the chance to open up for him. So that's pretty cool, like going out there to Texas and just experiencing that stage. I had a good amount of supporters and shit, and it was pretty cool. It's quite the accomplishment, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's sick as fuck, bro. Fucking so like growing up in like Cali, like did you listen to any like Chicano rap or like rappers and shit like Little Rob or like MC Magic and shit.
Yeah,
Mr. Capone.
yeah, like name all of them, bro. Like pretty much, yeah.
So like you influenced that into some of your music as well. I noticed one of them was Sacktown to Crazy Town.
yeah, yeah,
There's definitely a lot of like I can like hear that beat kind of right away. It just
Hell
sounds
yeah.
so familiar, bro. You know, I get the same feeling whenever I listen to that, like Little Rob, like neighborhood music type shit. You know.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you could point that out. Yeah, Sacktown Crazy Town was produced by Big A for sure, and he came through with the West Coast beat, and he knew he had to hand that shit to me. You know what I mean? So I had to tear that shit
You know,
up. And
the funny
yeah.
thing about that was like, I was living in Illinois, and I was just I got home after work. I was chilling. You know, I smoked whatever, and I had a 40, and I was on the program that I use, and I was going through sounds, and I started hearing all this shit, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I kind of like, when I hear kind of like eerie sounds, like something like abducting, I always think of my home. You know what I mean? I think of Roswell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I try to influence that in some of my beats. You know what I mean? I try to, like how y'all said earlier, sound like aliens. You know what
Cowboys
I mean?
versus aliens. Yeah.
You know, I try to interpret my, you know, what I grew up in. You know what I mean? I grew up in Roswell.
Well, I mean, it worked for sure. Like we were
The
saying.
alien thing has always been there. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. You know what I mean? I like it because you ask anybody in the world, they're gonna be like,
It's a staple.
yeah. It's the McDonald's, yeah.
So like, you have like a variety of like beats you fuck with or you rap on or you know, it's not only just like rapping shit. It's like some metal influence. You know, like elaborate on that a little bit.
yeah, for sure, man. I definitely have a lot of punk influence, and I wanted to just mix that with my sound. And yeah, Live Fast Die Young is one of those projects that I made a while back. That's produced by 666 Elite, which is a really cool like punk electronic producer. That's he's Russian, but I don't know where he lives, but he puts it on for like the punk rap scene. Like for the people out there that are making like a bunch of crazy headbanging loud shit. To for mosh pits and shit. Like I like to make mosh pit bangers, and I feel like that whole project was specifically that. And I think just the energy of the punk like movement. I think that shit's just really inspiring because it's just the whole scene of all that shit just says like I just don't give a fuck what you say about me. Like I'm just gonna do what the fuck I want, have fun, and look how I want, and you're gonna just have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I think it's just really badass to just express yourself like that, and that shit just really moved me at a time where like I was just kind of like trying to find myself and shit, and a lot of people just use that as a phase and shit. But yeah, man, that shit like really, it really like sewed into my DNA, and I like done my research and just found out all kinds of shit about like the movement, and I just fuck with it, man. I felt like I just kind of wanted to mix that up with my shit too, and yeah, I just tried to do that with Live Fast Die Young, and just with like my lyrics and everything that I try to like express myself with that shit,
Yeah. So hold on, give me a second.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I know you said that like when you first moved here, it was out in the countryside, and that's where I grew up. I grew up like in a trailer house, walking outside, taking a piss, shooting prairie dogs like off the front porch. Like, so I mean, I feel like I'm a master of like finding shit to cure my boredom. So like, if you grew up in a similar place, like out in the middle of nowhere, like what was some of your favorite like boredom cures?
for a day.
Well, luckily I had my brother Juan, and like me and him were just really close. Yeah, shout out to my brother and Juan, and yeah, me and him were just always so close. You know, he was just, he's my best friend, and we always hung out, and um, we always just had like inside jokes and sense of humor, and um, we would just like at the time I remember I had a 3DS because we weren't really much of like we didn't really have like much and shit when we first moved out here, and I remember playing Mario Kart 7 when that shit like first came out. So I was like really on that shit when I tried to distract myself. I didn't even have like a cell phone at the time, man. I didn't even get a cell phone until I was like 15, 16.
Yeah, same as fuck, bro.
Yeah. So
That's funny. We had a 3DS too. We had a fucking I think we had like an Iron Man game.
oh
A
yeah.
little shitty ass Iron Man game and a fucking I think it was Kirby. That shit was gas.
hell yeah, hell
Kirby
yeah.
was gas as fuck. But yeah, we kind of grew up the same way, bro. Like we didn't have like a shit ton of shit. Like we had an Xbox, but like we always had to share that shit, and we didn't like have Wi-Fi or shit. you know?
Yeah, I had my
So,
fair
like,
share of no Wi-Fi too. and
Yeah,
shit.
we had to play like offline shit, Like, always
Those were-
fighting over shit.
If you didn't grow up like playing no online games, you don't have the imagination. Like, like whenever you like grew up playing like PlayStation games and Nintendo games, like nothing's gonna beat those times. You know what I mean? I mean, games nowadays sick as fuck. You know what I mean? But sometimes, like, I still get the urge of like, man, I don't want to fucking wait for a download.
Yeah, bro, that shit sucks. Just want to put my fucking disc in, and like even now, bro, even when you got the disc, you still gotta download that shit. It's like, why? I got the fucking disc. Like, what the fuck was the point in that shit? There's no logic behind that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I had my fair share of playing video games as a kid too. I started playing PS1. The first game that I do really remember clearly, like all the time, was like Driver and Spyro, and
Spyro,
and GTA 3,
GTA.
And
yeah.
GTA 3,
and just
yeah,
a bunch
so-
of demo games and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Like Bomber. It had like Bomberman, fucking like a Monsters Inc. like PS1 game.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
360 has shit like that too.
Yeah.
Like they had a Hydro Thunder is like some shitty boat game, like boat racing. And then they had like M Plus. I know
do
you
remember
probably
that
remember.
game. That shit was actually dope.
Yeah, M Plus was gas, bro. It was like you were like stick figures and shit. Like
I'm just
running
gonna
through maps.
note this right now. I'm not gonna say I'm old. I'm 30 years old. So like the games I used to play, like I remember the first adult game I ever played was called Conker's Bad Fur Day. And I shouldn't have been playing that game at like a fucking 5-year-old kid, you know what I mean? There was a sunflower with fucking tits on it, you know what I mean?
Holy shit.
And you had to defeat a big ass like poo monster, and you had to go through like all kinds of different stages. They made like parodies of like The Matrix and Alien,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and it was a Nintendo 64 game, and I remember me and my sisters were excited because we got that for a Christmas like in '99 or something like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm old, man.
Nah, you ain't old, bro.
Nah, I ain't
Holy
old.
shit.
I'm in my prime.
Hell yeah. The way I think about it, bro, it's like on a 1 to 10 scale, you know, like a
Oh,
little
I am an
kid-
uncle though.
little kid when they're 1, they're at the infant stage, you know, and then
Yeah.
they reach 10 and they're like, okay, they're like a kid now, you
Shit.
know.
Shit,
The
dude, I
same
was
shit. You're at 30, you're barely 3, bro. You ain't fucking.
Yeah,
You,
dude,
you could make it to 100, dog.
I remember being in school for like 9/11. You know what I mean? Getting sent home that day. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Like they had it on TV in class. You know what I mean? It was like.
How was that shit? How did that feel?
Honestly, bro, I thought we were all gonna die.
You thought we were all fucked.
I had to walk home, dude. I got home. I walk in. My sisters were all crying, and I was like, "What are we doing?" It was a crazy time, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. I bet that shit was scary. I would have went home fucking.
Yeah,
Look
like
at that.
they just kept replaying it on the news. Like every channel, most channels were like canceled. You know what I mean? And it was just showing nothing but that.
Just
You know what I
fucking
mean? It was like they had the broadcast of like we're under attack.
bro. Shit was crazy back then, bro.
You know what I
Like
mean? Like
whenever
we're
they,
under attack. We're going to war. You know what I mean? Like Dick
It's
Cheney.
scary, bro.
Dick Cheney scares me. You know. Oh,
It's kind of going like this.
Yeah, fucking whenever
yeah. No, they're
like
out
whenever
on
John Cena fucking announced that they caught Osama bin Laden, bro. Fuck, that shit was crazy, dude. Fucking America was going wild.
America fucking threw a ball that night.
Hell no, that's crazy. Fucking so like
That man, Mr. Obama came on.
oh yeah,
Fucking-
shout out Obama.
He came out on national TV, walked up like a pimp and said,
Can't see Obama.
"We got Bin Laden. We fucking."
Yeah, he said it too. He said it too.
We got him. They got his ass.
Yeah.
Scary shit. Shit, our government's all sketchy now, bro. Honestly,
Oh yeah, dude. It's on the
Like-
fucking.
like all that shit coming out with the MLK files and the
You might as well just
JFK
leave the
files.
country.
for real, bro. Let's just all fucking after we blow up, bro. We all gotta just put our bread together and get our own island.
Yeah. Going to Japan. Yeah, it's a female lady too, huh? She put her chancla down. You know what I mean?
So like, what do y'all got planned this year, this coming up year?
Releasing more music.
Definitely more music. You know, that's no brainer. You know what I mean? Coming out with more songs. I want to come out with an album, definitely around the summertime. So expect an album during the summer. I just dropped a single, "Kiss the Stars," and it's featuring Mystica Rose. She's an amazing artist from Roswell. I want to say she's from Roswell.
Shout
And,
out.
yeah, she's coming out of Roswell, you know, from with her music and stuff. But that single is definitely a part of the new album that's gonna come out. We don't even know the title yet, but we know for sure that we're cooking up a dope album for sure. You know, and shows for sure. We're gonna be getting some performances in Albuquerque, and then after Albuquerque, if all goes well, we're trying to work on a tour. Somebody out in Albuquerque, shout out Kusha K. He's a good artist, coming out of Albuquerque, and he heard my music, and he fucks with me, and he even fucks with Blessed with Broken. I even showed them their stuff, and I kind of told him, I was like, yo, I know this band, and they go hard as fuck. You should check them out and shit. He was all checking them out, and he fucks with them, as much as everyone always checks him out. You know what I mean? As soon as they see him, they're like, "Whoa, who the fuck are these guys?" You know?
They're hard, bro.
But Kusha K, he's gonna help me with a tour. We're probably gonna go see a few cities this summer, and if all goes well, I want to try my best to tag along Blessed but Broken. You know what I mean? Because that'd be cool as fuck. You know what I mean? To see a tour with them. See a few cities. And just experience it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that all goes well.
Hell yeah. So just like out of curiosity, bro, like you rap about like shrooms and acid a lot. Like let's talk about your shroom experience, and then we'll talk about your acid experience.
Yeah. Well, dude, I partake on a lot of psychedelics, and it's been a while since I honestly since I tripped on anything. I kind of just sometimes like to take a cleanse and then just wait until like a good summer day, you know what I mean? And then it hits like so hard and nice. But yeah, there was a time, like growing up as a late teenager, just always eating like mushrooms and just walking around the park late night with the homies and shit. Like during summer nights and yeah, dude. Like I never really ate like a shit ton of them. I never. I can confidently say that I never had like a bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's been times where I kind of just eat them and I'm just like, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like you just start thinking like other shit. But that's those are one of the late experiences that I've had. Like just kind of like my brain is kind of just telling me just wait for it. You know what I mean? You're like, why are you doing it right now? You're not enjoying it. But yeah, definitely like early stages. Like between like 16 and 21. Or 20. Yeah, even like like 16, 21, 22. I was definitely eating a lot of mushrooms. And yeah, just experiencing just trippy shit and just having good laughs. And I mean, they were just around. You know what I mean? They were just I wasn't even looking for them. They were just around.
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
like that's the crazy part. I wasn't like, oh, where the shrooms at? Like I'm not even that guy.
Bro wasn't
like,
fiending. He was.
Yeah, like it was just like I was just around a lot, and I was careful with what I partaked, and psychedelics was probably just as far as it got.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you like what's the highest dosage that you've taken of like shrooms?
I want to say probably like 3 grams, you know what I mean, or 3.5 and 8. Or, yeah, nothing too crazy. That's probably crazy for other people, but yeah, because I mean I smoke a lot of weed too, you know what I mean, so I know what like being high feels like. So just imagine not ever smoking ever or tripping ever and eating an eighth of shrooms, like that'll fuck you up. Like
I'm like scared of shrooms, bro. Honestly, like my like last, cause like I microdosed a few times, like taking like a gram or a gram and a half, 2 grams, and I never really like tripped too bad. But like my like last time taking shrooms, it was those chocolate bars, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me. When the chocolate came out, like that was I was eating a few and I was eating like literally microdosing every single fucking day. Like every single day, like 2 or 3 bars, because I had I have a coworker still to this day. Yeah, like at the time though, he would just fucking hook it up with like just pieces of mushroom bars every day, bro. Like he just had that shit like candy, and I would just say yes, and I would just get high as fuck, and I would just buy it off of him too, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool, man. They're good. They're good bars.
No, when I ate them, bro, I ate like 8 grams, bro, and
Oh yeah.
I was fucking tripping. Balls,
Yeah, you gotta take
I was
those easy.
I was trying to watch Scary Movie, the the one with Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, the latest one.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods. But I couldn't watch that shit. And then I tried putting on y'all know Pink Eye Joji before he was. Yeah, he used to make YouTube videos.
Filthy Frank.
Yeah, Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
I was watching it was the Pimp My Wheelchair shit. They had some dude in a wheelchair. They're trying to like make him some badass wheelchair. It was like it was making me like trip like shitty, bro. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm trying to go to bed, bro. And I was like, at the time, like the chick I was with, she had took like maybe like 2 or 3 grams, and she was tripping balls too. But like that was like the only thing keeping me there was I was like worried about her. Like even though I took like way more than her, I was like scared as fuck, and I wanted to call my brother, and I was like, nah, I can't bother him, bro. Like I'm not gonna call him. And then I don't know. I just haven't really fucked with shrooms since then because I just didn't really like the way it made me feel. But acid, I fuck with acid pretty hard. Like acid's always been like pretty enjoyable.
Well, that's the thing. I've had more like I have good stories with like mushrooms, but acid I can actually like. I wouldn't say fucked. I wouldn't say that they're fucked up stories, but I went through some shit that I definitely will not forget. You know what I mean? On acid.
For real? Like
yeah,
what?
like let me remember one. Like okay, there was this one time, my buddy, like me and him, we went in on some acid, like 2 for 30 or 2 for 20, or so, like at the time. But we got some acid, and then he drove to my house, and then he was like, "Yo, eat this shit, and then we'll meet up in like 30 minutes." And I was like, "All right, for sure." You know what I mean? I was like, "Fuck yeah."
He told you to eat the shit?
Yeah, well, cause he went to go get it, and then he went to go get it, and then he like pulled up at my house, and then we split it, and he was like, and like I ate it, and he ate his piece at the same time, and he's like, "All right, bro, we're gonna meet up in like 30 minutes because I have to go to my house, blah blah blah." And then I was like, "All right, cool, hell yeah." And I was I was still living in my mom at the time, and I was like 17, 18, and I remember I was texting a girl that I was talking to, and I forgot that I was supposed to hang out with her, and then like she pulled up to the house, and I was like very surprised, you know what I mean? Because that shit was like hella kicking in, and then I was like, I remember telling her like something badass like about like the meat factory. I was like, oh, it's abandoned, you know. I go in there, I do like fucking like it's just cool as fuck, you know. I'm walking around
Fuck
in
shit
there.
up in there.
Yeah, like it's just empty, it's abandoned, like it's like. And then she was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I want to check it out one day." And like, I want to check it. And I guess I forgot the day before that I scheduled to hang out with her, and she came to my fucking door, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then I was like, well, she had her like longboard because we were supposed to longboard over there. And then I was like, well, let's, I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like, let's go. I didn't want to ditch her because she walked from her house to my house, and I planned this shit. And I was like, fuck. And, when I did the acid, like when I bought the acid with my homie, it was just at the moment, so I like totally forgot that I made plans. So yeah, I was just all high as fuck. And then I just skated to the fucking meat factory, and I was out there with her, and like I was kind of just trying to show her around, but I was just like sweating balls, and like she didn't know that I was on acid. I didn't tell her. I was just like walking around.
I was just tweaking.
Yeah,
she was like,
damn,
dude, you're fucking. Are you good, dude? Like you're fucking sweating.
I couldn't tell. I feel like I didn't.
It's not that hot out here.
I didn't feel comfortable. Like telling her. Like I don't know. I ended up telling her I think the next day.
Like I was fucking tripping.
Yeah, I was like, sorry if I was like weird yesterday. To be completely honest, I was on acid, but no, yeah, I was like showing her around like hella awkwardly and like tripping out. And I remember like trying to like to go into the meat factory. There's like different ways, and I remember like climbing on top, and I was like climbing off fucking crazy. And she probably thought I don't know. She probably
Imagine how scary that was.
Yeah. And I was all like, "Get up here! This is the way." And she was like, "I don't know if I want to go."
Bro. She remembered you
Climbed
so
up the
cool.
wall like
She
Spider-Man.
remembered you so cool at school, bro. And then she shows up there, and you're like, you're going
man.
Yeah, that's fucking the light up there. Like, oh my gosh, she was probably so weirded out, bro. She's probably so scared.
Yeah, man.
The good thing you told her the next day.
Yeah, yeah. She knows now. But it's been a while since I've seen her. Shout out to that girl.
I remember a time I had a homie. He had a bad trip on acid, and it was crazy because like it was me and a couple homies, and I think I bought a bottle of Hennessy, and the homie gave me a half a tab, and it was pretty strong. And the other homie Tony and the other homie Sonny, they took tabs, and we were chilling outside. We had a bonfire going on. We were fucking enjoying our time. It was badass, and he was inside having the worst of time. He was inside having the worst of time, and
what did you like? So sorry to interrupt, bro, but like whenever you walked in, what was he doing? Like, was he
was like
down, trying to calm down?
Like we had other homies there, and they were inside like talking to him, and he was freaking out. He was like walking in circles, and I was trying to talk to him, and like I don't know, we started tripping out. He started tripping out even more, and then next thing you know, he came outside. We're like trying to talk to him, and the next thing you know, he was like, "Who are you? I don't know you. You need to get the fuck out of here," and all kinds of shit. And they're like, the other homies, they were like, "Yeah, he called his mom. His mom's on his way, blah, blah, blah." And when I heard that, my tripping ass was just like, "All right, I'm gone." I didn't say bye to nobody. I just went out in the front yard. I waited for a homegirl. She picked me up. She gave me a ride to my mom's apartment, and I couldn't sleep. It was a horrible time because I was tweaking. I felt like I was tweaking because I kept getting up and walking circles inside the apartment. And then I'll go outside, sit outside for a little bit. And I had no shirt on. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to go to sleep. I'm tripping. I'm seeing shit. I'm like, fuck.
Why did I do this shit?
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't know. It was just like, why did the homie trip out? And why did I come home?
Dude, it was my fucking night.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
That's like crazy, bro. Like my first experience taking acid. I was living with my aunt at the time, and her and my uncle like went out of town or whatever, and my homie was like, "Yo, you trying to take acid?" And like I didn't know shit about acid at the time, bro. I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, whatever." Just 'cause like I was just down to do whatever, you know. And he pulled up with the tabs. It was like some paper tabs, and we took them or whatever. And it was good at first, bro. I was laughing my ass off, bro. I was laughing hella. And then I went upstairs and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. And then my brother was upstairs playing the game, bro. And when I'm laying there, he's all, you're not gonna be able to go to sleep. And right away, I got up and I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? He's all, you ain't gonna be able to go to sleep, bro. Your brain is like fucking going like crazy right now. I was like, fuck. So I like laid there and I was watching the professor, that fool that plays basketball. I was watching him play. Dude, that shit was funnier than fuck, dude. It was like hilarious. And like I was like, all right, well, cool. I'm gonna go downstairs and see how like these other fools are doing, because it was like 4 other people that were doing it with us, and then there was still like 5 other people in the house that were not tripping on acid. And I went to go check on him, and my cousin was fucking. He was upstairs, and the window was like big as fuck, dude. It's a long ass window, and he has the curtains open and the fucking window all the way open, bro. And he's all with his arms open. He's all, I feel as good as fuck. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck back. Like, you gotta. So I pushed him out of the room and I closed the door. And then right when I closed the door, I looked out and I was like, damn, that shit does look nice. And like right away, I went and started doing the same shit as him. I was like, damn, he was onto some shit. And I went and opened the door and he was gone, bro. And I was like, fuck. Like, now I gotta go look for him. And then when I went downstairs, bro, one of those fools was we had told them that like they could eat whatever, like while they were there. This fool was eating fucking sausages raw, bro.
Oh,
he didn't,
man.
Like, he was that fucked up, bro, that he was just, like, he was like, I was like, bro, why are you eating the sausages? He was like, you said we could eat whatever. I was like, why didn't you, like, try to cook them or something? He was
Put
like,
it in the microwave.
nah,
at
fuck
least.
it, it's good, bro. And he just walks off. I was like, holy fuck, dude. And, like, in my head, I was like, dude, I'm fucking tripping. Like, this shit is wild. And then, like, the climax hit me, bro, and I went and, my dumb ass went and looked up acid trip videos. And, like, there was some cool videos, whatever, and then there was one video, bro, that was, like, colors and shit, and then it just started showing, like, a bunch of scary-ass faces, bro. It was, like, it fucked me up, bro, because I was in a dark-ass room. And I took off, and I was like, fuck that shit. I ain't watching shit no more. And then after that, I was like, damn. What if, like, the FBI came and raided this bitch? And then I was like, nah, like, that's when, like, I had the realization that, like, nobody really gives a fuck, you know? Like, you're so small that, like, shit like that doesn't matter, you know? It's, like, as much as you really think. And I was like, nah, like, they don't give a fuck. Like, we live in Portales, you know? Like, the chance of them finding out that I'm fucking taking acid right now, you know, is so slim.
Yeah, what do they want? What do they want from
like, why would
teenager in Portales doing acid? You know,
They're watching me.
Or whatever.
No, exactly.
They can fucking hear me right now.
Yeah, I'm realizing too. My acid story wasn't even like done. Like, okay, so let me give you like the second half of that. So, yeah, I was like showing her around like hella awkwardly and like tripping out, and I was tripping with the girl, right? Walking around, showing her like dark alleys, or not dark alleys, like just dark rooms and shit, and the entire time the dude that I was supposed to kick it with, he was like hitting me up, he was blowing me up because I was supposed to link up with him. Yeah, I was supposed to meet up with him. Dude, I felt so bad because I was like purposely like fucking like not checking my phone. I know damn right he was blowing me up. I saw like he's like, where you at? Where you at? You know, he's like, I even knocked on your door. Where you at? Where'd you go? The parents didn't even know where you go. Where'd you go? Blah blah blah. Like, and like.
Oh, bro, that was probably scary for him.
Yeah, like he was kind of he was kind of tripping, and then even my brother, knowing how much he fucking like worries about me, and like whenever I'm not around or whatever, he's just also blowing me up too. Like, where you at? Where you at? So that's what made my trip fucking bad. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, because I didn't really explain like where it went bad. Like, yeah, they were blowing me up, and I think everyone was blowing me up, even my mom. Like, everyone was blowing me up, and I was just high as fuck, like, you know, in this abandoned meat factory with this chick. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like I didn't answer all of them until I was done hanging out with her, and until like my high like wore off.
Your high, you waited until your high wore off?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I was kind of was like light like the last hour of like feeling it, but like yeah, like they were like yeah, my brother was hanging out with that one homie that I was supposed to be tripping with, and he was tripping as well. But it was just awkward as fuck because they ended up like picking me up. I was like, "Wow, where you at? Like, pick me up." And I'm over here like by a park and shit. And then he picked me up, and he was like, "Dude, where were you this entire fucking time?" Blah 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 blah. We were calling you, and I was just like, "Oh, my phone died." You know, I didn't know. I was just hanging with this chick. She came to my house, and I was just hanging out with her. But it was just awkward as fuck, man, with the homie, because the homie was also in that car, and I was supposed to be tripping with him, and it just made everything bad. I wasn't like, I don't know. I guess I didn't really enjoy myself, although I was kind of acting like I was enjoying myself with that chick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the entire time I just bailed on the homie.
I feel like stories like that, bro, make like good like videos and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it'd be funny to have like your perspective of the shit, and then you know your homie's perspective. You know, he's like hell yeah, I'm gonna go change real quick, whatever. And I'm gonna meet up with him, and we're gonna chill while we're tripping.
Oh, I know to this day he thinks
And then
about
he's
it,
like,
man.
he's like trying to hit you up, and you just not answer the fucking phone. Nobody knows where you're at. He's like, fucking dude. You're probably thinking the worst. Like when you're tripping on acid, you right away. He's like, fuck, this dude probably just tripping. He fucking started walking.
He's feeling like me right now, because he was also tripping. He was like, damn, if he feels like me right now, and we don't know where he's at, what the fuck?
Exactly.
So yeah, man. I regret doing that.
You have any trip stories?
I do. So I went to New Mexico State. Did you give me this? Yeah. No, he did. I'll hit it. Yeah, so I went to New Mexico State. So we had like they were kind of like basically these apartments, but they were like for the college students, whatever. And so me and two other homies started watching Trailer Park Boys, but like the animation. So where they took shrooms and like got arrested right when the shrooms were kicking their ass, and then like the shrooms is in the show, so it starts off like their normal show format, like real people.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm
so
a fan.
right when our shrooms started kicking in was whenever they got arrested and their shrooms were kicking in. And I was sitting there and not a word was said for like since this show started. And I said the first thing I was like, hey, is the TV getting like wavy as fuck for y'all too? I was like, is it the show or is it the shrooms? Excuse me. And they were like, no, it's us too. Like we see it. And I was like, so is it the show or shrooms? And they were like, I don't know. And we were like, fuck it. Like, let's just sit in it, you know? And so we kept watching the show. And, like, 2 episodes go by. We had a good-ass trip. It was all cool. We were just sitting there laughing our ass off. Like, it was all good. This fucking other kid that was drunk as fuck from a party, he was wearing this, like, orange or a grape crush shirt. He just, like, barges in our apartment and then passes out in the middle of the floor. So we were, like, just looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do? Like, and so I got up and I like started shaking him, and then this one homie like was like, yo, like, is he gonna rob us or some shit? And we were like, no, bro, he's drunk as fuck. Like he thinks he's in his apartment probably. Like, let's just help him up, get him out, tell him to get the fuck out of here. So yeah, that was my first shroom experience. It wasn't anything, but in the moment, yeah, like you thinking the worst, like he's an assassin. Nah, he's just drunk. Like, you know, and
Posting the most.
I did acid kind of like similar to your like beginning, like my decision, because my homie asked me to do, if I wanted to do it with him, and I was like, all my life I was kind of thinking like, nah, I probably would never do acid, because one of my classmates in school said like, yo, after you do acid one time, like you experience life differently. She was like, I'd recommend not to do it until you like research it a lot, and so I was like, all right, like I probably won't do it. Well, he asked me, and I hesitated because I was gonna go in to say no, but I hesitated, and I was like, I kind of want to say yes, so I just leaned all the way into it, and I just said yes, and then like from that moment on, I was like, all right, cool, I'm doing this, you know, and I was like, all right, like you decided to do it, just stick to it, make it a good experience for yourself. So I went in, like put a black light thing in my room, like I had a bunch of golf balls, was just playing those and like watching Space Jam, and then I took the tabs. My roommate and his girl wanted to go to bed because she kind of started to have a bad trip. So I was just alone in my room. And it was like 10 p.m. So I was just watching Space Jam, chilling, like playing with my putter, my golf balls. And then I like sit down on my bed. And I also took 15 minutes after I took the acid, I took 300 milligrams of indica and then 300 milligrams of sativa gummies.
Oh, shit.
So I kind of took off, bro. Like I just had a crazy ass trip. But I was just laying on my bed chilling, kind of just letting it happen. And it was a great experience, low key. Like, it was great. I woke up, great ass mood at like 7 a.m. No, like, I kind of like passed out, but like, I just submitted to the trip pretty much. And like, I felt like I was asleep, but I was experiencing it. And then I woke up at like 3, and then like, I was awake as fuck. And I like was coming down, and I was just feeling all the after effects, you know? Like, just the, like, in my body still. And I like kind of came back, but I was just like still feeling all of it. So I just chilled, listened to music, vibed out, smoked more, and then like 7 a.m. I went down, made some like stuffed mozzarella chicken breast, like whipped it up. I don't cook, bro. I don't cook, and I just whipped it up one morning, and that's how I ended the trip. So they were pretty good, but I haven't done acid again. It was good trip overall, but I respect it, and I've kind of stayed away from it because respectable, you know. So yeah, that's my experience. So.
Oh yeah. So like on that topic, like do y'all fuck with like cooking and shit?
I do.
You fuck with cooking?
Yeah, I like to grill a lot. Grilling is something that I like to do. It's kind of like a therapeutic type of ordeal.
What's your not your secrets obviously, but like what's your techniques?
Honestly, I like to slow cook on the grill a little bit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Take its time. Let the flavors sink in, you know. Sometimes you like when you're grilling for a lot of people, you gotta like rush it, but to me it's seasoning and taking your time on it, honestly.
Showing
it's
some love.
Yeah, you gotta show it some love. You gotta show it some. It's like an art form almost too. You know.
Hell yeah.
Put flavors together. You know. Learn like with grilling. I learned like different like woods to use for like smoking and how the smoke has to look and all kinds of shit.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not in too deep like that, but I like to make breakfast, bro. That's it, really.
You like breakfast? I don't even eat breakfast, bro.
Yeah, I'm a breakfast guy.
What you be making for breakfast?
So like, if I had like a big ass plate, like from like here to here and shit, because I do, and I would probably make like definitely some cheese eggs, you know, scrambled eggs with some cheese, that Mexican fucking cheese, you know, that's all split, and like two bagels with like sesame seeds and shit. It has like all kinds of like healthy seeds on it. And what else would I put on it? Let me picture it. 2 waffles. I would put 2 waffles if I had 2 waffles. A hash brown, a fucking hash brown. And what else do I fucking make, man? Yeah, just like fucking probably some like sausage and shit like that too. You just like the basic shit that you would see in Denny's, dude. I just fucking make that shit, or like Go to my mom's too. She like makes some chorizo next because she's really Mexican and shit.
That's my favorite. That's my
Um,
favorite
real
breakfast
quick.
meal right there.
Yeah.
Real quick. What's y'all's favorite like burrito ingredients? Like when you order a breakfast burrito, y'all fuck with breakfast burrito?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What's your like go to main ingredients?
Mine would be probably bacon, hash brown. Um, it would be cheese, red chili, um, and some beans. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I think that'd be it right there.
Hmm. I don't like a good, like potatoes, like fried potatoes, like hash brown, some shit like that. Scrambled egg, a little bit of cheese, green chili,
Hell yeah.
thick as hell.
Thick as hell, big ass burrito.
Mhm.
I'm a red chili.
What do you get, Lucas?
Like my women, like I would like my burrito.
Again, for the people that don't know who y'all are, just give them one more time who you are, and just what to look forward to and what you do.
Yeah, well, I go by Young Prodigy. He goes by Big A. We're artists, coming out of Roswell, New Mexico. I'm coming out of Sacramento, California, but I've been living out here in the 575 and putting it out here. You know what I mean? For both area codes. And yeah, we have a Smokers Lounge trilogy. If anybody wants to check that out, I recommend it. It's out on all platforms. We also just released Simpson Young and 4. It's the fourth project. It's the EP. This one's finally on all platforms. The other ones were they weren't produced by him, but they're in SoundCloud and YouTube, like just coming out when I was like not able to like drop on all platforms. But thankfully, I'm able to do that now. Now that Big A's by my side, and we can just drop all kinds of stuff. We also just dropped a song called "Kiss the Stars," produced by Big A, featuring Mystica Rose. Check that out on all platforms. And we also just dropped a video that hit 1K in less than 24 hours. So, thank you to the people that, decided to check that out and share it and comment and showing love and support, and I can feel it. I can see it. So I appreciate everybody, just showing love, so keep going, you know what I mean? Because we're definitely going to keep going as well.
Yeah. Any shout outs?
Yeah. I want to shout out Gabe the Goon. He's my homie and roommate, and he's one of the homies that I grew up with, in high school. And he's he's a ride or die. We lived in every home together, and we experienced almost every day, like in high school. So, shout out to Gabe. He's my engineer, by the way. He's behind like every single song. So shout out to you, bro. And shout out Blessed But Broken. You know what I mean? Always
out.
showing love. And let's see, shout out Kusha K. Yeah, because he's also showing all kinds of love, in Albuquerque, and he's giving me a platform out there. So shout out to him. And shout out to y'all, you know what I mean? Appreciate y'all for having us.
Shout out to
and-
y'all.
Thanks
You
for
know what I
coming
mean?
out here,
This is
bro.
the-
Shit, y'all made the drive and shit. We
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
y'all.
We're always keeping a
Oh,
lookout
yeah.
for y'all stuff too, and
Oh,
yeah, we support y'all, man.
we want to get y'all in some fucking like skits and shit too, bro.
Hell yeah.
Get y'all an opportunity to express y'all's like funny side and shit.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
about
that'd
it,
be cool,
man.
man. Yeah, we're humorous people, man.
Hell
I love comedy, bro. That's like my biggest thing
Good
in
shit,
life.
bro. I
Love
like
comedy.
watching like Adam Sandler and shit like
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. I mean not Joe Rogan, fucking Seth Rogen.
Mm.
Right.
They all use like the same people in all their movies and shit.
Yeah, just all the
Yeah.
homies collaborating, doing
Hell
fun
yeah.
stuff, huh?
It's
Basically.
like they found their crowd, bro, and they fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah, but
I seen your acting stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
hell
I
yeah.
seen you
Yeah.
play your part, man.
Shit,
Yeah, if y'all haven't checked that shit out, man, check out fucking.
Check out Blessed But Broken. Man.
Yeah, their film, their trio film. You know what I mean? They got 3 episodes out
All
there.
the
So
new.
fuck,
everything
man, that
coming
shit's
out.
pretty. It's pretty good, man. I fuck with y'all's acting, man.
Hell yeah,
That's just
appreciate you, bro. I look forward to y'all seeing the new shit that we got coming.
Hell yeah.
It's just gonna get better, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man. 2025, man. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. So just stay tuned to everybody coming out of the 575 and just New Mexico in general. We're really trying to put pin on this place.
Yeah, it's the whole southern of New Mexico, the whole 575. You know what I mean? You gotta put it on.
East, southeast,
Yes,
south,
sir.
north. All
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Weast.
Weast, hell yeah. So shout out Young Prodigy, shout out Big A, shout out his crew that pulled up with him.
Yeah, shout out.
Again, we
Shout
appreciate
out.
y'all.
Shout out to
coming
Tony for
Hell yeah.
bringing us out.
Showing
You know
some
what I mean?
support,
Man.
Hell
Love that
yeah.
guy.
Hell yeah.
He's been a part of it for a while too. So
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
shout out
Yeah,
Rain
he
by the way
always
too.
pulls up.
I want to shout
Yeah.
out Rain. You know what I mean? Shout out Rain and Casey. You know they're a perfect duo when it comes to
Hell
the
yeah, that's
you know
the gang.
the behind the scenes and
Mhm.
recording and all that. You know directing.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to y'all too. You know for making that amazing video out there. Thank you, Part 3 out there. You know, check that shit out.
shout
Hell
out
yeah.
to
Link in the
everyone that's
bio.
out there.
Link in the
Shout out
bio.
for everybody that's listening.
Hell yeah.
All that shit.
Again, thanks
Love
for
y'all.
checking out Young Prodigy, another podcast with Big A as well, and Lucas's first podcast. You know, interviewing somebody else. So, again, thank y'all for coming out, and hopefully this isn't the last time we see y'all.
Oh, for sure.
No, it ain't, man.
For sure, for sure. So
It was a
again,
pleasure. It
thank
was a
y'all.
pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
y'all.
guys.
Appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah.
So,
Keep it real, y'all. So I was tripping with the girl, right? Walking around, showing her like dark alleys, not dark alleys, like just dark rooms and shit. And